Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about love and hip hop. Girl, Huntsville, Maury Povich. Girl, is you the baby daddy? You know, I'm kind of low on energy today, but we still gonna do what it do. Lance is fine. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Baby, Lance is fine, and Antoine is fine, especially Antoine. Antoine is Lance's god brother. We'll talk. We're gonna get into it. But Lance got some question marks. I think Lance is well spoken, and then when you throw in the fact that he's light skinned, right? That gonna make for the girls who don't like the girls my skin color. That definitely gonna make the girls look googly eyed. But Lance ain't about nothing. He ain't. Don't let the locks and the light skin and him being well spoken fool you. Don't let it fool you. He ain't about nothing. I've been looking at Lance a little sideways a little bit, especially ever since his baby talk came into the conversation. But my good eye is definitely on Lance now. So, and my good eye, you know who both of my eyes are on? Not even just my good eye, baby, both of them. That mama of his. Girl, that Miss Nell, I think she's a piece of work. I do. But I have to remind myself that Nell is an older woman, so she really moves kind of like how, not no shade, how some older women tend to move, especially when it comes to men and their sons. So Destiny and Lance meet up to talk. Um, she brings a baby gift. I don't know why I thought that was so funny to me. She had a baby gift in her hand. Um, Basically, long story short, he was told that um he could have possibly he knew that the baby was on the way. He didn't know if he was the child's father. Now, did y'all catch that T when he said that when he left the reunion, he left the reunion because he was just ready to go home? But that's not what Nell been telling people. Nell, whatever her name is. That's what his mama. That ain't what his mama been telling people. I remember Nell saying, "Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes I get it wrong down here because we watch a lot of reality TV, and sometimes I get the storylines mixed up." But I could have sworn Nell said that when they left the reunion, it's because Lance received a phone call that said that somebody was in labor. And so he shot back home and they followed suit. Isn't that what Nell said? Lance is saying no. I didn't leave. She wasn't in labor. I left because I was ready to go home. Let me tell you something. I've been saying since we found out about Babygate, there is no way. I don't care who you are. Ring, ring, ring. Oh, I'm in labor. You the daddy. And girl, you just leave. Girl, I think the reunion was shot in Los Angeles and head back to Huntsville, Texas. No questions. Not Huntsville, Texas. Girl, Huntsville, Alabama. Girl, no questions asked. And then your mama and daddy just hop on a plane too. Like that don't even sound like a realistic story to me. It doesn't. The only way that would sound realistic if you had an idea that you had a baby on the way. Just some random person calling you saying that, oh, you the baby daddy, and you just be like, okay, here I come. It never made sense to me. So Lance basically says, um, he didn't tell her, he didn't tell Destiny because he didn't know if the baby was his or not. And on top of that, they, were casually dating. Let me tell y'all something. I don't give a damn how you flip it and swip it and girl, spin it around. If Destiny was walking around here 6 weeks pregnant, not showing, contemplating on whether or not she wanted to have a heaven baby or not, a heaven baby is, we call heaven babies over here people who terminate pregnancies. Deciding on whether or not she wanted to have a heaven baby, and then she decides to keep the baby, and then she finally tells him when she starts to show, people would have a fit. Because how do you just go around here, even possibly knowing that you're pregnant, but not really telling the person that you're casually dating that you're pregnant? How does that even work? You don't need to be dating, Lance. That's what it comes down to. You shouldn't have been dating to begin with. If you knew there was a possibility that you were somebody's father, and that's some information that you did not want to disclose, you shouldn't have been dating, especially when he said that it got to a point where he felt that things could be exclusive with Destiny and potentially get married. How in the fuck are you walking around here with a baby, possibly a child's father, but also saying that we were just casually dating, but it got to a point where I could have saw myself being exclusive with this person and potentially marrying this person. And that's why I have been screaming since we found out about this baby gate that casual dating can lead to something more. You cannot just casually date someone and have a baby, a possible baby on the side, and not bring it up in conversation. Because what if somewhere along the casual dating, I start to fall in love with you? We have Lance now saying that, oh, I could have potentially married Destiny, or we could have been exclusive. But you got a baby on the way. You don't think that's something that people should know? Because that may change what's going on right here. Come and tell me you got a baby on the way, girl, and it ain't no conversation. It ain't no dating because it ain't no conversation after that, baby. I'm not, baby about to have a baby, a newborn, and you out here, girl, just living your best life. Lance should not be dating. I don't give a damn. If you, girl, you should, especially if it's something that you don't want to tell the person that you're dating or the people that you're dating. You shouldn't be dating. That's something that people need to know. Anyways, she basically says that he really wasn't being honest. He says that he was basically like he felt like he wasn't not being honest. I forgot how he said it, but no, you were not being honest. He basically says at one point he started to have feelings for Destiny. Again, which brings me back to my point that I've been saying since we found out about Babygate. What if somewhere along the line casual dating leads to people having feelings for each other? And you still have in the back of your head that I could possibly be somebody's father. But I'm not going to say nothing because I don't really know if I'm the daddy or not. And then boom, you find out you're the daddy. And now I'm I'm deep in love with you. And now you come home and tell me, I know I ain't said nothing, but y'all got a baby. The fuck? Anyways, it was all good at the end. You know, they didn't have any hard feelings. They laughed, kind of made a joke towards the end. They kind of gave each other like, like the bro, like basically like they homeboys and homegirls, basically. I don't think Destiny and him had sex. I don't think that at all. I don't know why Nell is so fixated on making her son just a pussy man. Like everybody just opening up his legs. I mean, Lance is fine, but girl, everybody just ain't opening. He ain't that goddamn fine to the point where everybody just falling on their knees. You know what I'm saying, girl? He tells Destiny basically, I guess the security that she had for her party. I don't know why she had security. I don't know. The bodyguard. You remember last year at her Madonna party? It was a guy walking behind her. Antoine. Hey, Antoine is fine. That's a fine nigga, baby. Ooh, Antoine by my color. That Antoine, baby, that Antoine is fine, baby. I said, oh, that's oh. I said, oh. I said, oh. I said, all right. I said, baby, I know that's right. Anyways, Destiny didn't know this whole time that Antoine was actually his god brother, Nell's godson. So she was shocked when she found that out. Lance did tell Destiny that he doesn't necessarily care. Is it weird? Yes, but he doesn't really care if they decide to date. It's not even, it hasn't even got to that point. I forgot how it came up. I think Tisha asked Destiny, what if the guy, I guess, who works for Lance, or not works for Lance, because I don't know if he works for Lance, but what if the guy who Lance knows basically asks her on a date? Will she say yes or no? I think that's how it came about. Um, but it was just like a hypothetical question. It hasn't even really happened, even though it does appear as though the security guard is into Destiny. I think he just doesn't want to do it because he really doesn't know how Lance feels about it. But from what I got, like, Antoine want to talk to Destiny. Let me just say this. The only person that owes Lance something is Antoine. Destiny don't owe Lance a goddamn thing. Nothing. 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 Can't a motherfucker who had a baby tell me I owe them nothing? Girl. Now before, because I was a family friend and I was cool with your mama, maybe a tad bit of loyalty out of respect for your mama. Girl, right? But after you done had a baby, I don't owe you a goddamn explanation about nothing. If anybody owes you something, it might be your brother. I mean, it might be your god brother, but not me. Anyways, so all the boys meet up basically. Martell, Marcel, Maurice, Ken, Chris, Ken's friend. He comes. Lance meets up. Um, and basically, Martell and Lance are talking about the whole Destiny situation. He basically tells Lance to wrap it up and to find him a good ass woman to help do certain things. Basically, you need to make sure you wrap up your dick, and then make sure you go find you a mattress, a maid, and a mule. Shout out to Erica De Niro TV. Um, I put Ken and Latricia together. I don't think Ken. I was gonna say LaKen. I don't think Ken and Latricia are together. I went to Ken's Instagram page. Probably like I don't know, like a week ago. He was on. He was on. I think they posted him on some blog, and they had his Instagram page tagged. And so I clicked on his Instagram page, and girl, I remember going to his Instagram page before and seeing pictures of not Letitia, girl, who I'm talking about, Latricia. And now, baby, it ain't nothing but Ken. I was like, oh, and I did see on Instagram. I mean, I did see on Twitter, people are saying that they broke up in real life. So I don't know. But anyways, I put that Ken is trying to play to these niggas. Now all of a sudden, girl, this is the thing about TV, right? Ken basically is starting to feel a way about Latricia in the way that she moves. Ken basically, on some real shit though, Latricia did have Ken out here looking like a goddamn fool. I'm not gonna say play them games. Y'all know I'm Team Woman, hear me roar. But girl, when I see an ain't shit heifer, I'm gonna call out an ain't shit heifer. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Okay? And I knew the way that Latricia was moving last year, it was giving ain't shit heifer. I was like, I don't know. Girl, I don't know who this lady is, but she giving me real. I don't know, girl. She moving like a nigga. I don't know. I don't know who this lady is, but why she act like this, and why she don't be telling the full story, and why she be lying, girl. Now, one thing I can only try to ride for you for so long before, girl, the truth is just the truth. You know what I'm saying? And she did always make Ken look like a fool. And I knew eventually, especially if they're not together, that is going to play a part in how this relationship moves forward. Nobody wants to look like a fool. Well, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. I take that back. Some people don't mind. I don't like looking like a fool, and Ken clearly don't like looking like a fool. And I know for a fact some of the cousins don't like looking like fools. It's one thing for us to be going through what we're going through in this house, right? With me and you and your husband, soon to be ex-husband, and don't nobody really know. It's a whole nother ball game when people know your business. That changes up a lot. And so now we on TV, right? Now we on TV. The number one show on. I think Love and Marriage Huntsville is the number one show on, I believe. I believe. The number one show on TV. Girl, it's like Ariane said. What Ariane said, she wanted to get in contact with Oprah. Remember she did that interview with Tasha K? I forgot what she said. Remember she did that interview with Tasha K? And she said something about Oprah or something. I was like, girl, I don't even think Oprah got nothing to do with on TV no more, girl. Hush. Anyways. But now, oh, hold up, girl. I'm supposed to be expecting a package. Girl, these people are playing in my face. Girl, I'm so over. Girl, when I say FedEx, baby, count your motherfucking days. When I say I despise FedEx, despise. Every time I order something and I see that it's being delivered through FedEx, I instantly start to have a panic attack. Girl, my nerves get bad. Girl, I be needing a cocktail. I start rocking back and forth. It just be a headache. Girl, I've been trying to get this package since Friday morning. It's Monday. And I set up for the package to be delivered from 5. I paid a fee. Okay? It was a small fee, only $5.55. That's not the point. Girl, I paid a fee for the package. Girl, I'm sorry. I don't went off about FedEx. Okay, let's get back to the story. Yeah. So Ken and Latricia, girl, we'll figure out what's going on with them. I put Ken is playing to the niggas, but I also can understand too because he was basically trying to put on like I think Marcel was asking him would he be ready to marry Latricia, and he was like, no, will Latricia be ready to marry him? And I think he was like, basically, y'all should be asking me would I be ready to marry her. I'm paraphrasing. Y'all should be asking me if I would be ready to marry her. And so, girl, I'm sorry. Girl, my mind is racing now, girl. I'm about to get pissed off about this package. Girl, hold on. Let me get my thoughts together, y'all. Okay, so Ken was basically saying y'all should be concerned about whether or not if I want to marry her when it's all said and done. But my whole thing is that he was like, I'm just chilling right now. Unless I don't know how you could just still be chilling. I don't know, Ken. Like I felt like Ken was just trying to put on for the niggas to a certain degree because it's like now I'm chilling, but y'all live together, y'all bought this house together, y'all doing this gym thing together, and now it's just like, man, I'm just chilling. I think it was just an act to try to act like he was horrid. Anyways, Martell asks Ken, does he know Ariane? and Ken, and Ken was like, remember when Candace, remember when Wendy, the girl was cursing Giselle out, and she went around the room and she was asking people about Eddie, and Candace was like, I don't know about no Eddie, I don't know about no Eddie. That's how Ken was. Like, Ariane, I don't know the Ariane. Ow! Oh, girl. Anyways, they pretty much go around the room. I guess he's trying to figure out who know Ariane. Girl, everybody pretty much said no, they don't really know Ariane like that. Let me just say this. I'm not about to play this game with Marcel and Martell. They don't really fool with each other like that. It's gotten to the point where they just don't fool with each other. And that's just what it is, right? They went all the way back to when I saw that clip go all the way back to season 1, I said, "Oh, girl, girl, I'm not about to play. I'm not about to play the game of who started it because girl, we too deep in. Girl, we 10 seasons in. Not really 10, but they keep saying 10. But we 10 seasons in. I'm not about to play this game with Martell and Marcelo and who passed the first lick. At this point, they don't fool with each other, and that is really what it comes down to. You know, they started going down this road of um, Martell was saying how how he helped Marcel because he was a manager at a movie theater, and I guess he must have lost his job, and he wanted to go and he told Marceau, "Let's go in business together, and then you can buy me out." But it's so crazy, girl, because I don't know if I'm not trying. Martell, Martell is the same person who didn't even really have his builder's license, right? Wasn't that what it was? And he couldn't pass that open book test, and then we found out pretty much that everything was really going through Melody. So it's kind of hard for me to believe that girl all of a sudden. But that probably goes to show that girl Melody probably was over there, girl, having Martell thinking that he was running everything. Because a motherfucker who can't pass an open book test, girl, I'm not going into business with. anyways, anyways, and then I think the company was doing horrible anyways, and Latricia came along and got them out of the red. So, anyways, but okay, girl, that's what I'm saying. We're going backwards. So Martell started saying that he helped Marceau because Marceau was struggling basically. And Marceau was like, "That's a goddamn lie. I had like 3 or 4 apartment complexes." I don't know if he meant that he built the apartment complexes or he owns the apartment complexes. And then I had like 10 homes. And I was kind of with Chris on some real shit. Like, I don't think, listen, I, I don't see. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't see someone. If that's what Marceau was trying to paint the picture as though, girl, I wouldn't need your help because I have all these other streams of income coming in based off of I have this, and this. Girl, you're not gonna be no manager at no movie theater. Nothing is wrong with being a manager at a movie theater. Be very clear. But I'm just saying, I don't see how if that's how that's how I took what Marceau was trying to say. I had all these other streams of income coming in. So why would I need to go to you for help in going in business? But then low key, Maurice, did y'all hear what Maurice got his lick back? Maurice got his lick back. Did y'all hear what Maurice said? Um, Martell was genuinely concerned about Marceau. He had a wife and kids. So I was like, then I was like, well, girl, maybe it's some truth to what Martell was saying because why would Maurice need to kind of back Martell up by saying that at the time Martell was genuinely concerned about Marceau because he had a wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? So clearly the money was a little funny, or it was about to get funny looking. Marcel basically says what it comes down to is that Martell got caught cheating and brought everybody else down and tried to bring everybody else down with him, girl. That's what it really comes. And on some real shit, that's why I'm at with it, girl. What it comes down to is plain and simple, nigga. You got caught cheating, period, and you tried to bring everybody else down with you, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Girl, it's so much going on. Girl, when I say you, girl, I'm so sick and tired of people. Girl, when I say you, it's so crazy because like, girl, I be trying not to say nothing to people in my family, but girl, it's just some trifling bitches in my family. That's all I'm gonna say. It's some trifling motherfuckers in my family. Girl. Okay. Um let's just try to get it together. I gotta get done with this review because my nerves starting to get bad. Okay. I put this is done. We're going back to season one. Long story short, Marcel and Maurice. Marcel. Girl, I always get these niggas. Girl, it's been 10 seasons. I still get these niggas' names confused. Martell and Marceau. Basically, it is what it is. At this point, do I believe that something? Do I? Martell cheated on Ariane. I mean on Ariane. Hello, he cheated on He cheated on Melody. We know that to be a fact. Um, at this point, I do believe that Marceau. Well, not at this point. I've been saying since season one, Marceau and Maurice. I feel like cheated on their girlfriend at the time, which was Kimmy turned wife. Tisha, I do believe that they cheated. Do we know for a fact? No. Do I believe that something happened with that lady that they interviewed, that Martell interviewed with Ariana? I absolutely do. But at this point, does it really matter? No. Tisha husband cheated just like girl, a lot of other women husband cheated. And like I was like, girl, no sheet, no tea, no shade. If I was Tisha, I would have told everybody to suck my motherfucking pussy. I'm gonna do the same thing that every other bitch did. Stay with their husband. Girl, I'm gonna do the same thing Melody did. I'm gonna do the same thing Beyonce did. I'm gonna do the same thing Nell did. I'm gonna do the same thing all the other girls did when they found that their husband cheated. Stayed. So we can stop talking about my husband cheating. Okay, he cheated, and so what? I ain't going nowhere like you ain't going nowhere. That's it. But see, my mouth is set up different than Tisha. Tisha just don't want to say for what it is. Anyways, let's move on. Neil, Lance, and Antoine. Lance basically does not want. Lance doesn't want Antoine and Destiny to talk. He doesn't. He keeps trying to cover it up, package it up as, oh no, it's kind of weird, but it is what it is, basically. No, he don't want them to talk. Nell got some fucking nerve. I don't know how Nell is a life coach. Y'all can get mad at Tisha all day long, but Tisha was right. Who the fuck gave Nell a certificate to be anybody's life coach, especially when your family look the way that they look? You got Chris walking around here, low key a sneaky mess. Your son walking around here, girl, don't know if he got babies or not. They finally figuring out he got babies. I think who was that? Who was that down the YouTube telling all their business? The niece, the sister-in-law, the daughter-in-law. Somebody, one of Nell's family members down the YouTube telling all their business. But you're supposed to be a life coach, girl. You won't even hold your son accountable for the shit that he has done. The fact that Nell feels some type of way about Destiny looking at another man. But see, Nell is the same person who has been cheated on by her husband and will turn around and say to Chris that a man has needs. And if you don't do it, another woman will. Remember she said in that toy shop and told Chris that, what, the week before last? But has the nerve to have an attitude because she feels disrespected by Destiny because Destiny was looking at another man in front of her. Girl, your son had a whole motherfucking baby. Girl. At that point, we can't even have no conversation. I don't give a fuck if I was making googly eyes, if I made eye contact with a nigga for 5 minutes straight and we just sat there staring at each other like this. You can't say nothing to me because everything that I did is null and void due to the base that your son has a fucking baby. And now y'all running around here lying about the timeline. Because you say one thing, he says another thing, so that lets me know somebody is lying. She wants Lance to come across as somebody who just always has pussy laying on a platter. I do believe that that Destiny and Lance did not sleep together. Now, I mean, they could have, but I believe they didn't. I just don't. I feel like Nell comes across too much as a pick me. She do. And Nell, I feel like I don't know what type of advice. I feel like based off of how Nell has presented herself to be on this television show, I feel like Nell would be the type of woman to tell a woman would be the type of woman to tell a woman to basically stay in a relationship. If let me take that back, I'm sorry. She would be the type of person to tell a woman, even if the relationship was toxic as fuck, to still try to work it out. Did you exhaust all options? Did you go to God? Did you pray about it? Based off of the things that she said and how she's approaching this situation with Destiny and her son, your son is all the way wrong. How the fuck we gonna listen? If we're casually dating, I can first of all, I don't give a fuck if I was married for 30 years. I'm not fucking blind. I hate when people do shit like that. I hate when people I'm sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I hate when some of y'all, not y'all, but y'all, I say this with love, okay? I hate when people get married or get into relationships and automatically act like they are Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles. This just because I'm married don't mean I'm blind, bitch. I know a fine ass nigga when I see a fine ass nigga. I know a woman who fine when I see a woman who fine. And if I'm not married, and especially if I'm single, and especially if I'm just casually dating, I can look at who the fuck I want to look at. That's even more of a reason for me to look at people, bitch. I'm single. So I can make googly eyes at every bitch and nigga in the building if I want to. But you feel disrespected because I'm making googly eyes in front of you. But your son got a whole baby. At some point, people are just gonna have to learn to eat it. You're gonna have to just eat it. And not say nothing. Because you can't say nothing because your son, you a whole new grandmama. Girl. And you got the nerve to have an attitude because I'm looking at, but you mad because you think that I'm trying to talk to your godson or whatever he is. You're your godson. And then they started talking, her and Destiny meet up. I put Nell as wrong. They started talking about, girl, I don't even care, girl. They started talking about Destiny and Sonny. Nell was wrong. At the end of the day, I know it's a show, but Nell said that Sonny was not her friend. If Sonny wasn't your friend, then there was really no need for Sonny to be invited to anything that you were having because she's not your friend. Your loyalty should lie with Destiny in that scenario. In that scenario, it should. If you don't know this lady and you see what's going on, it should be, girl. She can't. I don't even know her. That's not my friend. I don't know that lady. Destiny is my friend. Destiny is the person who I know. Anyways, girl, we're going back. Girl, it don't even matter because Sonny not even on a motherfucking show. Okay. And that was pretty much it. Destiny told her, you say I'm making googly eyes. Your son was making babies. So why are you upset? That's my whole thing. And I'm going to keep saying it. The baby, God bless the children. We love the children. The children make the world go round. But girl, at the point where your son has a baby, you can't say nothing about me making googly eyes. Your son has a baby. So why the fuck you mad? He knew he had a baby on the way. He knew that there was a possibility that he was the father. He still was out here dating people and didn't tell nobody. And then when it comes up, oh, I don't really owe anybody an explanation. You kind of do, based off of what you said about how you could have saw Destiny being your fucking wife. Anyways, girl, I think that was it, girl. If I missed something, I'm gonna have to come back, y'all. It's too much going on over here. Yeah, if I missed, I don't think I did. It really wasn't a lot going on, but I feel like if I missed something, girl, I gotta get off. Girl, I gotta go. I can't even talk no more. Bye, y'all.